Hey everyone, walking through this field here today looking for walnut scale in a walnut orchard. Walnut scale is not really a pest that someone really thinks of when they're thinking of major pests in walnuts. More often you think of codling moth, walnut husk fly, navel orange worm, things like that. But walnut scale can also really have an effect on the tree and other diseases that can enter the tree from its injuries. So come up here and start to be able to see some of these infections. Kind of right there, it kind of has a daisy look to it. If you can see there, that's not the best example, but it has that white crusty layer on the outside, kind of a waxy coating that the scale excretes when it seals down onto the tree. You can tell if it's alive or not by going up with your knife and kind of peeling it back almost and looking for a little yellow body in there. Hard to show you on the camera here, but yeah, you peel it back and look for yellow bodies in there, and once you find them, then you know you have live scale there. That's on a newer branch, so it's probably going to be alive. But you go over to an older limb here and you look underneath, and that's where I usually find them, is on the underside of the branch there. And you go and you can kind of scrape a little bit and you see where they were, kind of that white crusty layer, but now they're almost covered in dust and dirt, and they're just aged and they died off. They're not doing damage anymore, but they created offspring that are doing damage. So when you're going through and looking at scale, I'm not really looking for just one scale here and there. Obviously you don't want to see any scale, but one scale is not going to do a huge amount of damage. I'm more looking for branches that are heavily covered in scale, where they may be causing damage on the tree to restrict activity going to the end of the branch, causing decline in that branch. Also looking for major scale infections, because that could create an entryway for things like Botrysphaeria or other canker diseases to enter the tree. So really you're looking for bigger amounts of scale to make a treatment decision. You don't want to go in and treat a field that has one scale per tree. That's just not economically feasible. But looking for the scale here, I think we saw enough to where we can make a treatment decision. And yeah, so get back to you guys next time and look for a new pest. Thanks.